I'm Minnie and I'm 38, Canadian, on a journey to financial peace and independence so that I can retire with dignity. And we are finally recording the budget review for November 2023. Then I'm going to go over news and updates that happened with life on ODSP. ODSP is the Ontario Disability Support Program. And I'm trying to ignore the knocking that's happening in the room. There's an echo and I can hear it. Um, Updates. I'm going to go over a little bit about working and earning while on ODSP, specifically running a business, being self employed, because I've been self employed since March 2003, working as a webcam model. A funny story, when I was in my neurophysiology appointment, basically they check the way your nerves conduct signals through your body and your muscles. They basically stick a needle in the muscle and it makes an interesting noise because we're basically 5 volts 10-volt battery of power in our whole body, which is the way I was able to make it through the appointment. But the new neurophysiologist didn't see anything to worry about. He's leaning towards the neurologist that monitors my MS because I have nerve tingling in my fingers and pressure and pain in my neck. So it's definitely back to family doctor, neurologist, regular MRIs for me. And yeah. Plus, okay, so let's go into life on ODSP. So in the month of November, I participated in a focus group. So it's a focus group. They were trying to talk to people who live with a disability, physical or mental impairment, how they thrive on a disability, which I don't think they picked the right title for their focus group. That's a whole different thing. But they were trying to figure out like, how do we handle our housing costs, our living costs, our medical costs, basically every aspect of living with a disability. Let me see if I can get the slides from that presentation, because they had slides in the focus group and I asked for a copy of it because I feel like in the new year I will make specific disability videos covering those sections, how I live my life on a disability. Where did it go? Oh no. File, open, drive. Oh, I can't see it. I need a different folder. Oh, where will the slide? Here we go. Thriving in the city. So they want to cover like food and nutrition, housing, transportation, social participation, healthcare, physical activity, personal care, personal development, savings, and debt repayment. So when so the ODSP Action Coalition told me about this survey and then I contacted them. So when I introduced myself to them, I threw in my YouTube channel. Because it just makes sense. Like I'm documenting exactly what they're researching. This is why we have the channel. I live with a disability. I work self-employed. I understand my life on a disability covers all of these areas. You see me save and pay off debt. I paid off $8,000 in 9 months. Professional development is me being a webcam model, affiliate marketer. I'm probably going to end up being a certified coach, and I'm looking into getting my diploma in finance and accounting. And then there's a postgraduate program I want to take for career development counselor thing on as part of so with me working as a cam model and me working in the adult entertainment industry. For some reason that industry doesn't like talking about exiting out of the industry. I don't know why. Everyone exits, whether you exit out of career or you exit out of life. You need a strategy for how you're going to plan your exit. And then if you had to exit due to circumstances like me with a disability, I had to figure out a way to reinvent myself, live with my disability, get diagnosed, understand what my treatment plan is, then live my life with it. Like, I wasn't born, well, maybe I was born with a disability, the whole post-traumatic stress disorder thing and complex PTSD. But the multiple sclerosis, that just showed up. I was told I was fine. I am young. I have a lot of time. No. So just that. So yeah, life on a disability, doing the budgets, journey to financial independence, and plus with part of November, circling back, yay. Where is oh, did I get rid of my budget? Hold on. I'm looking at my spreadsheet. I put notes in my spreadsheet, talking points to have in the video so I could stay on track and ramble a little less. Where is it? Okay, so we did talk about the focus group. Then how to describe it? So there's community service groups that specifically try to work with people who are on Ontario Works, which is the Ontario's welfare program, and Ontario Disability Support Program, which is ODSP. They had a former employee of the Community Service and Children's, that's the office that handles the welfare assistance program for disability stuff. They had a former worker who he researches policy, like government policy, which was great. And then he basically has a signature presentation of turning 65 on social assistance, like retiring on low income. Let me see if I can find his website, because I want to make sure I get all the talking points from his website. So yeah, he has all this information about retiring on low income. And with me on a financial independence retire early journey, I wanted to know what would possibly be my income when I turn 65. So I'm 38, 65 is in about 25 to 26 years from now. And y'all see me. I'm determined not to be poor when I retire, whether it's retire early or retire at a normal age of 60, 65, 75, based on the government of Canada and the programs and accounts that I have, like the Registered Retirement Savings Plan. It turned into a retirement income fund, a RIF, when I turned 71. The Registered Disability Savings Plan, there's a 49 to get all the grants and bonds, which is my government match. That's why I don't pause investing while I pay off debt, because the government's giving me a lot of money. We'll go through that in the budget. Then 49, 59. So I think 59 is when I stop receiving grants, and then 60 I'm supposed to take money out of the Registered Retirement Savings Plan in an income drip. There's a specific drip withdrawal from the Registered Disability Savings Plan. Then I will like to have possibility option of buying a home, which means opening the first home savings account, which is the brand new account. And I want to make sure I get the contribution room, which I have to contact my financial planner to figure out if I can open it with him. Which I think it won't be until January, New Year, 2024. And then my tax-free savings account that I could have my entire life that I'm living. I can put money in there. My contribution room is going to be $95,000 come 2024, because it started from spreadsheet. Hold on, notes. Where are they? Yeah, it started in tax-free savings account. They made it in 2009, and they roll over your contribution in it, because I opened it, and then it's a whole thing. Just the Government of Canada website has the information of all the registered accounts, and I'm trying to use all of them, plus with this motivation that I don't want to be living in legislative poverty, living with a disability. I really can't trust the government to give me enough income that I can live on and thrive on and actually enjoy my life on. Like, if I'm doing all of the work in therapy with, right now I'm talking to a social worker who does counseling, and then My doctor said she sent me up for referral again for a psychiatrist, I think, or psychologist. I'm always in therapy, and part of therapy is rewriting the narrative and tools to move your life forward, that you have purpose and dreams and hopes and all those things. So I'm doing all, like, especially the medication. So the antipsychotic bipolar medication, it changes my thought pattern, or at least it reduces the self-harm thought pattern in my head. Then I have to replace it with a positive thought pattern. And then when you replace it with a positive thought pattern, so like if I believe that I'm worthy of living, then I need to design what living is. So if living is, having the freedom to choose and live my, like, you know what I mean? Like if you're on the path of financial independence, you have an idea that you would like to see yourself reach financial independence. If you're living with a disability and it's a mental disability of the psychological disorders or illnesses or whatever the DSM-5 wants to call them, and you're in treatment and the treatment you have is working, you naturally move in a direction of, I want to live. Okay. Living for me is not being poor. Especially that through the former employee that's work at the social assistance office who researches policy, and he talks about all the low income programs out there. So let's say I stay living below the poverty line, which is less than $25,000. Let me look at it again. Hold on. Canada single low income measure. Yeah, they have a fancy name for it. Low income measure. Or there's also the basket measure. Yeah. The way that we could research poverty, low income, despair, and there's no policy in place to change that is ridiculous. So yeah, poverty low income measure for a single I remember filling out a survey, and they said that they consider the basic measure of poverty to be $2,300, while my disability gives me $1,693 if I earn an income of net profit over $100, so that I get the $100 work-related benefit. If I don't do that, my disability is $1,593 a month, which is approximately 1,593. Actually, wait. They take back money for the overpayment, which is $1,521.15 times 12, which is $18,253.80. I'm not living the way I'm supposed to be motivated to live because of all the work I do in therapy. Like if I go into therapy and I want to strive for a goal that I feel like I have purpose and a reason to live, and I'm hopeful and optimistic and all those things, like the complete opposite of when you're depressed and you're thinking of ending things, you have to change your mindset. So yes, we all know why I'm doing financial independence, retire early, because I spent decades of healing. A lot. Like the amount of programs for free therapy I've used, and paid therapy. Some therapy I paid. I wish I was well enough to keep the receipts from the therapy I was paying for. But some therapy I paid for. Coaching, right? Coaching, business coaching. So that if you hire a coach, a certified coach, to help you with life or business, they don't really want you when you're negative. So if I go into a coaching session for business or life and I go in with all the things I cannot do, that coach does not want to work with me. So you really have to be in a baseline of, I think I can and I will, and I need support to do the things I think I can because I will. And if you are only on ODSP, which is single person, not working, no children, $1,308 a month, who's not eligible for the other income benefits in the Ontario Disability Support Program, like special diet, medical transportation, if you don't apply for the employment startup benefit. What else is there? Startup benefit. Yeah, a lot of the other programs and money that you get from ODSP is because you're eligible, but also because you're choosing to show activity that you want to be competitive employment. So, and this is from memory. Remember, I read the policy. The policy is like 2,000 pages of legal legislation and weird legal terms of how they designed low income in the province of Ontario, Canada. Yeah. Did I get the number for basic measure of poverty? Hold on. I have the page open. I just didn't click on any of the search results. Like, at least I looked up in Google Canada single low income measure. Is this it? No, that's not the chart. There's like this fancy Stat Canada chart. Is this the chart? Here's the chart. So they said in 2021, the after-tax income for one person household size is $27,352 for low income. This is it including? No, it's not including people with a disability. That's a whole nother thing on Stats Canada I found. Right, the infographic I posted on my Twitter. Let's go there to find it because I really don't want to search for that. I know I did not go into the budget of November or December yet. We're still talking about turning 65 on social assistance. Why? I'm happy to get that information, but I'm also motivated to not end up in the government social assistance programs for low income seniors. Like, this whole financial independence is me making sure that I do not become a low income senior, because the government really treats people with low income badly. I mean, it'd be nice if I'm in the middle. Like, I don't want to be like, if I become billionaire rich, okay, great. But if I'm in the 1 million to 10 million net worth income comfortability, I'm okay. Like, I did the math. Y'all see me do the math. I'll be okay if I hit 1 million or 10 million net worth. Like, and I could hire people to take care of me with my old age and disability and multiple sclerosis, that I don't have to remember all of this information in my head. Yeah. Okay. So, can I share my screen now? Okay, low income measure. Right. So the presentation, the person did it. His website is openpolicyontario.com. I'll leave a link in the description so you go check out his website of all the information he did for determining if you qualify for old age security or the guaranteed income supplement, which guaranteed income supplement. Okay, we're going to do this now. GIS Threshold. So what fired me up? Oh, that's not it. Where did it go? Oh, okay. Google has this extra feature that just helped me search for things better. So, guaranteed income supplement. I turned 64. The government should send me a letter that it's now time to apply for guaranteed income supplement, old age security, and the CPP pension or the CPP disability pension. That, and each one of them have their own specific rules, criteria, eligibility, and it's not fun. Oh, now I know what to show you. The estimator benefits of old age security. It does not look good. So the threshold for a single person, divorce, or widow who has income less than $21,456 as of October to December 2023 is what irritated me, because my net worth is more than that. Okay, now I can show you something. All right, here we go. So here is my budget. This is the budget so far for the year of 2023. My assets for November were showing me 57,174. But the assets, and then we don't know what my income is going to be when I turn 65. Cuz all the work that I'm doing now, if I put more effort in, I make more sales, I go to school, I get my finance and diploma certifications in the finance industry, my income could drastically change. Like the way that low income services work is on the assumption my income will never increase, which the spreadsheet shows disability income I received for 2023 so far approximately is $17,921.80. I'm going to get a tax document come February that's going to give me the exact number that they said they gave me from disability. It should be around this number and maybe less. Sometimes it's less. Like one year I thought I got like 18,000, but then the letter said that I got 15,000. I don't know how they calculate it. It's really weird. I'm not worried about it at all. Because I'm not going to go to the government and be like, hey, I think I got more money. No, their finance department, their job is literally to make sure that everyone who's receiving Ontario Disability Support Program and social assistance is actually getting the right amount based on every month I send them my income report before the 7th of the month. And then for the previous month, and they calculate my entitlement, my benefits entitlement. So yeah, with my tracking, I'm now tracking my net worth. You can also see it on Network Share over there. Network Share is this wonderful website that people either publicly or privately track their net worth. And then I figured out how to add in a chart in the spreadsheet to track the net worth. And then I was tracking since August until now December. I'll enter in December when December's over. So we are comfortably for assets in this above 60,000 range. And then Budgets Are Sexy made this retirement early calculator. Let me see if I can find it, because that's not it. Can I find it? Okay. Oh, is this it? Okay, good. Is this the original one? Okay. Oh, I didn't change the numbers because it wasn't. Let me see if we can do it. Let's duplicate the tab. Let's use the numbers from November. Because that gives you a rough estimate what was happening. And the reason it just wasn't working, I don't know if it's not working because it's Google Drive and I have to go into my OneDrive account to see if it's going to work for Excel. Okay, so we have I'm entering my numbers in there. So my tax-free savings account, first home savings account. Actually, no, you don't need first home. Right, because first home savings account, like it's designed where you have a contribution room of $40,000 for 5 years, $8,000 is the maximum per year. And then you have 15 years to use that money to buy your first house. Then if there's any money left over, it rolls into the registered retirement savings plan. And I have to do it before I turn 71. Otherwise, it rolls into the retirement income fund. This is also why I don't like reading finance books, because majority of them are American. I'm Canadian. I have to remember all the rules for Canada, and then all the rules for being in Ontario, and then eligible for the Ontario Canada disability programs, provincial, federal government, and then I may, in the budget we're looking to plan out critical disability insurance. I found a plan that can give me coverage $50,000 for a future diagnosis of an illness, not the one that I currently have. And then this is where insert, I opened up the non-registered investment accounts so that I basically fund my own disability expenses in the future so that I'm not poor. Like the level of not being poor and the level of you have to consciously figure out your financial options is exhausting, and nobody's going to teach it to you. And if they do teach it to you, they clearly have an agenda to keep you poor, which is the beef I have with the Turning 65 on social assistance presentation. I said what I'm doing. Y'all see me do it. I document it. I research it. I do the thing I'm doing. And then I have these people come tell me that, oh, you shouldn't go to a financial planner. Some of them will rip you off and all those things. I'm like, that is not how the industry works. Like proper financial planners, especially mine, he's very, very super, super cautious of following compliance. Like ridiculously, like almost obsessively worried about compliance, which is great. I want somebody who's meticulous about my numbers because I'm meticulous about following all the other regulations I have, and I'm not yet working in the financial industry. Like, yeah, that is, see, all right, 38, 39. Okay, here we go. So, this, can we zoom in a little? Let's zoom in a little. Okay, so this is roughly the numbers from November. And the 4% rule, withdrawal rate of my investments. If I retire right now, it says I get about $2,730, which is not possible because the Registered Disability Savings Plan has this very complicated, annoying 10-year rule. So the disability grants that the government of Canada are depositing into my disability savings plan, if I take it out before they mature, I have to pay it back to the government. Right now, the government's put in other spreadsheet. Where is it? Which one? The government has put in $46,950 in my account as of today, because new money came in for 2023 from the government in grants and bonds. Financial planner gave me an email saying they came in. I went to go look in the investment portal of the account, and yeah, $6,650 came in because I was contributing as much money as humanly possible, which we did $4,400 out of $5,000, because the letter I got from the government said my statement of entitlement was contribute $5,000, the government will put in $10,500 of grants, disability savings grants. Then I'm waiting for the $1,000 disability savings bond because my income is under the threshold, which I think it was like $127,000 or something like that. So I'm doing all the things. So when I'm there in the presentation and I say my commentary of that there are financial service professionals who work with people with low income, that work with people on disability. It's a matter of you going out there, being your own advocate, researching what you need to know, and taking charge of your finances. And the way that they shut down that strong advice that I follow and opinion, I don't really want to help disability rights people right now. I really don't. I'm living with my I know, like, and that's the thing. Being on disability, you don't have to talk to anybody else with a disability. You don't. Keep your head down, do what you need to do, reach your destination. Which, like, I get it. The world would be nicer if we have a community and we're stronger together. But if I have the community come tell me, don't move ahead, don't excel, don't work too much, you keep me poor. You keep me poor. You did. And no, I did not talk about the budget in November. You keep me poor. Like, oh my God, I had people come tell me the Registered Disability Savings Plan, the RDSP Statement of Entitlement, my letter that I got from the government, come tell me this is the government website. This highlighted in purple, 3.12 Statement of Entitlement, where it says, so I basically, you can Google RDSP Statement of Entitlement. And then if you're American, just add Canada to it. It should show up in your thing. Right? This is what it's been doing since 2008. 2008. It's not like this thing is new. It's the government made this account for people with a disability to save for their future medical expenses and possible retirement income living with a disability. This is their first, we care about disability people, let's give them something. This really only works two ways. If it's opened and your income is very, very low, the government will put in, I'm scrolling through the whole thing. It has a lot of information. If you think me memorizing the Ontario Disability Support Program was impressive, wait till I memorize the Registered Disability Savings Plan from the federal government and the new Canada Disability Benefit that's supposed to be coming, because they passed it into a law, but they won't fund it into the budget that me as a person with a disability needs to have available, because the Ontario government of the disability program expects me to apply for all other income before them that I may be entitled to. I have to make reasonable effort of applying for other disability income support programs I could be eligible for, I may be entitled to, that a lot of people want to play. I didn't know that. Look, the people that say that I didn't know that are on the internet. The same internet that you're posting, I didn't know that. You could open a tab, go to Google, type in Canada Disability Funding Programs, Benefits, and all this information will show up. Okay, we're at the top of the page. Registered Disability Savings Plan Provider User Guide. Grants and bonds. Then there's a disclaimer, and it goes through all the chapters. I'm gonna have to read through them for myself. I need new reading material of living with a disability, and this is one of them. Okay, so where was Statement of Entitlement? Bond eligibility, the bond overview. Right, bond overview. Let's go through that. Okay, right. So depending on his or her family income, a beneficiary may be eligible to receive up to $1,000 annually in bond with a lifetime limit of $20,000. So sometimes in my videos you see me get really excited about having the disability savings plan because I can get up to $90,000. $20,000 of that $90,000 is the bond because I fit in the eligibility criteria. And here's this wonderful chart the government made of how you figure out if you're eligible for the bond entitlement, $1,000. Like they literally figure out what income threshold you're supposed to be under to get it. So beneficiary net income between 2023. Oh, and they have examples. And I'm like, so whenever I find this page, I only focus on Statement of Entitlement, which was way down here. I never actually read through this page till just now me making this video. Bond limit and carry forward. This is what we're trying to do. So the carry forward provisions allow individuals to access unused bond entitlements from the past 10 years. This is why $4,400 for 2023 went into the disability savings plan, and I'm on track to put in $5,000. And I'm very happy this week of webcam went well. I hit my goal, and mom gifted me Christmas money on time because I asked her to have the money in before December 20th, and she did. Yay! You have no idea why that's so good for me. Or maybe you do. I have no idea. No, where is it? Okay, now you know what? Entitlement. Okay, entitlement. Grant and carry forward. This is what we're trying to catch up on, the 10,500. The entitlements do not occur during any period. No. The maximum annual amount of unused grant entitlement that can be carried forward and paid out in a calendar year is 10,500. So, spreadsheet, where are you? Okay. 10,500. So the reason why this. So this year, the letter said $5,000, received 10,500 grants and bonds. Last year, I put in 4,800. I received 10,500 in grants and $1,000 in bond. The year before, 2021, I deposited 3,500. I got 10,500 in grants and my $1,000 bond. The $1,000 bond is because my income is below the threshold to be entitled to receive it. Then 2020 is when I got the letter that I'm approved for the disability tax credit. You can bring your disability tax credit confirmation to a financial institution and open your registered disability savings plan. The minute my disability savings plan account was open, the financial institution sent a letter to the federal government that it's opened. Then about 30 to 6 months in the year of 2020, the government started putting in all my entitlements of savings bonds and grants, because at that time, the information I had was if I put in 1,000, wait, hold on. Oh, there it is. So at the time was I was told to put in $1,500 for the disability entitlement of grants and bonds and things like that, because that was that financial planner gave me that information. But honestly, I should have put more money in that year because of the way that I'm catching up on grants and bonds. I don't know how they're calculating my number. I have to call the CRA, and I don't want to be on hold for 3 hours to get my answer, but I may have to anyway. So most people that give you the smallest information about the registered disability savings plan will tell you to focus on the smallest contribution rule, which is the first 500 in contributions at a matching rate of 300% will attract $1,500. Wait, no, that's not it. I need the calculator. Give me a minute. There's a lot. Living with a disability is not this simple formula like the financial independence, retire early community people are telling you. It's not. When you have a disability, your planning is high alert, high hypervigilant. If you want to reach 5 with a disability, you have to do double the contributions. So like if basically I have to maintain a 50% savings rate for the next 5 years, give or take. I know, that's a lot. You're probably thinking, I can't do that. You don't have to. You don't have to. I'm going to at least do my whatever human power I have. I'm going to. Budget. Where's my budget? What I did 4% in November. I put $90 in my emergency fund. But December says my savings rate is 27% right now. 600 went into the registered disability savings plan. And then my chart of savings rates, because remember I did 1,500 in 2020, then I did, actually no, not even. That was the requirement. So I've required like a legal requirement contribution that I'm recommended to put in. What I did was 2,100 in 2020 went in 2020. I don't know what that saving rate is. I just know so far from 2020 to now, I put in $14,625. Actually, no, we didn't change this. because we put 400 in, 300 in the other day. My bad. So the number that I put in so far, like my actual physical dollars contribution in my registered disability savings plan as a person living with a disability who is entitled for the registered disability savings plan and the disability tax credit in the country of Canada, I put in $14,925 in of my dollars. My working dollars went into that account, and it's in there. It's in the mutual funds, ETFs, and it's actively in the market, growing and going up and down until I turn 60. I didn't really track how much I put in. Wait, did I? Because I know my registered retirement savings plan has 6,000 something dollars in there, and tax-free savings account has 420, and then the emergency fund, college savings, cash in the bank, all my other accounts, it's a various number that went in and went out that into those accounts. But like money that just sits there and just doesn't really come out because there's so many complicated rules. Registered retirement savings plan, registered disability savings plan, and eventually the first home savings account. Y'all gonna see some interesting things happening over here, because as long as my symptoms are low with MS, the neurologist thinks I'm a boring patient. The goal is to always walk in and come out of being a boring patient. And as long as I don't flare up or my body tolerates the medication, things are good. It is good. It is totally good. But this didn't happen overnight. This took my whole life to reach this point of I can and I will, and you'll watch me. Yeah, that is what I like. Right, what did I spend in November? And then budgets are sexy, his retirement early calculator. I'm jumping all over the place because I don't know how else to tell you this information. And my brain is connecting the dots for everything because of how the system is designed to literally keep me below $140,000 of assets, living off of $1,593 a month because I have a disability. Like the way it, like if you become disabled, and let's say you have an employer. So you have an employer, you become disabled. Then you spend all your effort and time applying for your employer's disability benefits that they claim they offered you when they hired you on the job. But the disability benefits does everything they can not to pay out the disability benefit because they don't want to. Then you get the disability benefit from the employer. And what I learned of being in the focus group is that some people that they're medically retired from employment because they had an employer, they gave them a plan, and then they're living off of employment disability benefits, and they may be eligible for other benefits. Their advice is to tell you not to work, even though you could work and you probably wanted to work. But because you're afraid of losing that income support, because it becomes your only income support because you maxed out all of your resources applying for your employer benefit, probably hiring a lawyer or going to court, back and forth, probably 2 to 3 years, depending on what program you're trying to apply for. People literally lose hope, and it strips away their drive, their ambition. And many people don't get it back. Yeah, that is horrible. And policy, corporations, governments, they design it that way. The minute you're no longer producing in the gross domestic product of capitalism, they find ways to put you away. Almost like horse races. So you know horse races, when the horse doesn't win races anymore and they're too old or they break their leg too many times, they take them back, and the horse is gone. That is capitalism for you. I don't like it. I hate it. There's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. Okay, so we're in the budgets are sexy retirement early calculator. So based on estimating my assets for November, it says I'll reach my financial independence number when I turn 58. I'm okay with that. And then needed to retire early, $1.5 million. I'm okay with that. Um, and then the way that 39 is telling me that my assets should grow to about $87,000. Fantastic. And then 40 is over at 100. And then around 58, it's 960 based on me yearly adding about $13,000. Well, I would like to add in probably 30. And if I add in the $30,000 to my investments, registered savings and tax-free savings account, because remember the tax-free savings account, my contribution room will be $95,000. If I can max that out, we are rolling in a lot of dough. And then when I'm opening the non-registered taxable investment account, I don't really know how that will affect me in the future, but that's what accountant is for. So when there's money in there and it's a good chunk of money in there, I will contact the accountant and figure that out. I may bring it up to the financial planner when there's like over $10,000 in there. He'll probably tell me, no, don't do that. You have all these registered accounts and whatever. But the level of I need to protect myself from the government from keeping me being poor. Like legislative poverty is a real thing in North America, where if you're no longer able to produce an income that funds your retirement, you are SOL. Ish out of luck. Completely just, they retire you in a landfill. They really do. I can't have that happen. I'm determined not to have that happen. 47 minutes. I know I did not go into the budgets. You did not see me log into every dollar. But this month of November was just a really informative month of where I do not want to end up. Where I need to focus on financial independence, retire early. Living with a disability in North America, it's feast or famine, but not everybody's gonna make it. Like we're just not. Like it's great, everyone does their financial independence journey and they're trying to turn their life around, all that. But majority of you, if you don't talk about your health conditions, are able-bodied people. You're very lucky. Like really, I don't like you. I mean it in the nicest way possible. You know, like the things that keep me up at night, it's not my credit card debt. It's, oh my God, the government is going to take away my life financially. I mean, they could take it away legally, but that's a whole other conversation because there's medical assistant and dying that's legal in Canada, and I'm trying very, very hard not to go down that path. I need to be wealthy. I need the $1.5 million. You saw the budgets are sexy's FI calculator. $1.5 million is what I need to retire if my yearly expenses are $60,000. And then if I contribute in my retirement accounts, investments, $30,000 a year. I think I could do it because like I would like to work in the finance and accounting industry. Starting salary from there is probably like $50,000 or $60,000, maybe 40. That'd be great. We know I can live on nothing. Right. How do I know we can live on nothing? So let's go through every dollar. Here's every dollar. Here is the financial roadmap for every dollar. It's a nice, good indicator of where I am based on the financial baby steps of Dave Ramsey. It keeps it simple. I don't have to use no retirement early calculator. It is good. This even says $1.5 million. That is fascinating. Hold on. Wait a minute. I did not do that. Oh, we should totally update this when my net worth changes. Because this might change because my net worth Oh, wait, hold on. I just realized something. Remember, like in the beginning, I told you about I have my net worth on network share. I don't update that net worth number in every dollar. Next video, yes, I will do that because I'm changing my destiny. No, retirement low income, no thank you. Keep my income below $21,456, no thank you. Um, and then if I'm eligible for old age security, I'm gonna go through the benefits calculator to show you what I mean. Because the government literally gives you a calculated estimate your possible low income financial assistance from being old, like the old, like it's just 65. Here you go. You're old. Here you go. You're poor. Okay, here you go. Like if so, I learned that you could still receive Ontario Disability Support Program when you're 65. It's based on a complicated eligibility criteria, your income, your assets. Are you eligible for other income support programs? All those things. And your status in Canada. I'm a Canadian born citizen. I've always lived in Canada my whole life. So I'm going to be on paper, if they do not know my income, my assets in my investment accounts, like the notice of assessment last year said my income was over $29,000. So I'm putting my numbers in the spreadsheet, not spreadsheet, the estimator. Resident in Canada, single, divorce, separated. Okay, this. Here's the estimator. It estimates you'll get $707.68 from old age security, but it also estimates you'll get zero from guaranteed income supplement. It doesn't estimate my investments, like every dollar estimates my investments, and the budgets are sexy spreadsheet estimated my investments. It just estimates my notice of assessment as of today, 38. That's the information they go on because I'm not 65 doing the estimator. I'm 38 putting my income, my numbers, and status and residence of Canada in the estimator. And then the way that Ontario Disability Support Program is, the minute I turn 64, they will expect me to set my application in to apply for old age security because they have like a quota to make sure everybody's applying to other income support benefits before they go back to the Ontario Disability Support Program. And also, we don't know what government is going to be running the province at that time. We know right now, Doug Ford running the province wants everybody who has a disability to instantly go on, get a job, and go to work, which is why they expanded the eligibility criteria for there's a program called Second Career, and they renamed it Better Jobs Ontario. They added people that could apply for it, that instead of just being laid off from your job, you could be on social assistance to apply for it. Let me go find it, because I thought I could apply for it when I was going to school, and then I learned I'm not really eligible for it. Better Jobs Ontario guideline. They call it BGO. Yeah, why would they do that? Okay, that is the policy. I need like a quick... No, application forms and templates. Is this it? Okay, I found it. Okay, here's an overview. Better Jobs provides eligible applicants with skills and training for in-demand jobs, financial support up to $28,000. Now, I would have to register I'd have to be registered with an employment agency that will put me through this program. I did find one. I found one called Times Change. They work with women who are underemployed or unemployed. I'd have to just go there, refill out my profile, and see about it. I thought about, oh, that's what it was. Oh, I thought about doing it in July, because in July I can apply for The employment startup benefit from ODSP, the $500 once every 12 months for showing that I'm actively pursuing competitive employment. I may do that. But the thing is, this Better Jobs program limits what programs you can be in because they want you in programs that are like 2 years. It says you can still apply if you're receiving either employment insurance, Ontario Works, or Ontario Disability Support Program. And then it's just they really want people to work regardless of your health condition. And then it says Better Jobs aims to help you rejoin the workforce quickly. Like this. Remember, gross domestic product of the economy? They want you working to produce income in the economy. Like, it's just, it's the most stressful thing there is for being low income, poor, disabled. I like every time I make a video and I want to tell you what's going on in my life being a person who's pursuing financial independence, living with a disability. I literally have the system of oppression over my head the entire time. And I'm trying to explain to you what the systems of oppressions are. Like we know it's Better Jobs Ontario, we know it's the Ontario Disability Support Program, employment supports, self-employment supports. CPP Disability has their own criteria of watching people if you work too much. CPP employment. No, it's can you work and receive CPP. You can still work and receive CPP retirement pension without reducing the pension amount. In fact, you can increase it by means of CPP post retirement. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Working while receiving pension. Yeah, like I literally have to go each criteria of guaranteed income supplement, old age security, CPP, ODSP, even your private health insurance, they all have a legislation policy that clawbacks their income support as you work and make more money. And what they give you is purposely not to be livable. Like we know there's a living income, there's a livable wage, minimum wage. They want you below minimum wage by like 50% to be eligible for disability income supports. Private, federal, all that. And if you cash out your investments, you sabotage that income. Like it's not even like, oh, I took out my investments because no, they sabotage your future. They fully sabotage because the way that everything recommends, keep your investments in your investments, don't cash them out because you want to maximize compound interest. When you apply for Ontario Disability Support Program, before they change it from $5,000 to $40,000 of assets, I know I keep looking at there on my face, but it feels like I'm talking to a person when I do that. I should probably put the camera over there when I do that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So when they do that, yeah, they keep you poor. They stop your assets from growing because they make you cash out your assets. They make you cash out your assets and lower it. And if you, depending on the age you apply for social assistance or private disability or any of those things, if you worked really hard and had a good amount of money in your investments and then you turn disabled and you have to cash out your investments, it is the most painful thing if you have financial literacy in your head. And even if you don't, you just see your statements growing and you knew what you had before, you knew when you cash it out. You just know. Just 2 multiply by 2 multiply by 2 multiply by 2. You know, it does not. It sucks. And then you turn around and blame the rich people. No, you need to blame the systems that claim they help people that are low income that do not help people that are low income. It's not the rich people. It's literally the program that they claim is supposed to help low income, low wage, underemployed, unemployed people. That's not helping you. They keep you spinning your wheels in low income, underemployed, unemployed, low income, disabled, gender-based violence, high risk people because you live with a disability. Do not see it? Because I saw it a long time ago and I was upset. I was super upset over it. It doesn't make any sense. It really does not make any sense whatsoever. At all. None of it makes any sense. So yeah, those are all the stuff for disability I have for you. I was going to go into how much money I made as a webcam model so far, but I'll make another video. Most of my spreadsheets are in my Buy Me a Coffee page over at ko-fi.com mini on cam, and it's ko-fi.com mini on cam. There's a link in the description. Go see it. It's no, like I said, November was just a month of I woke up to every reality that I have, and I don't like it. I really don't. So we did living on a disability, we're working and earning on a disability. So the thing about my Ko-Fi store that I didn't talk about in the budget, somebody went and bought my budget template and my work in ODSP estimator calculator. I really appreciate that. I really do, because I really tried to illustrate exactly how the government of Ontario calculates your income when you make your own income. Like, they don't stop you from making your own money. They want you to so this is where the line I copy from the policy website. Intent of the policy to support self-employment as a means of increasing financial independence. That's what it says. Section 5.4 in the Ontario Disability Support Program. You can Google working and earning on the Ontario Disability Support Program. So I wanted a target milestone number to hit with my self-employment income. So business revenue, if I make $3,000 and my expenses are $1,500, my net income, business net profit will be $1,500. And then I would send it to the disability office before the 7th of the month for the previous month of my earnings. They'll see that I net profit $1,500. They have a list of allowable business expenses they will probably ask for receipts for. Then their system right now as of February 2023 was, if you earned up to $1,000, you keep all your benefits from ODSP. How nice of them. That used to be $200. And part of the reason is competitive employment, working in the workforce as quickly as possible. That's why they increase the threshold so that you can continue working in the workforce and they can slowly chip away at your income support benefits for being a person living with a disability. So, okay, $1,000, they don't touch it. That's money they ignore. Then they look at $500. So $500 is reduced by 75%. It used to be 50. Then they changed it. So then they take away $375. My disability member, I get work-related benefit. Okay, without the work-related benefit, $1,593. This is before they take away their recovery of the overpayment, $71.85. And they add on a $100 work-related benefit. Then my check on the statement should show $1,246.15. Okay, they automatically pay my rent to my landlord. Oh, this number needs to change because my landlord changed it. But it changes again in February. Yeah, we'll worry about it in February. So today my rent is $937.03, and then they automatically pay my electric bill $86 a month. Great. Then deposit into my bank account $223.12. That's groceries, the barbershop. Where's that budget? Hold on. Here's my little budget on what I budget from ODSP. So that would probably be tenant insurance. Ooh, I have internet and cell phone. Yeah, that $223 would not go that far, which means I have to keep working. I have to go back and make another $3,000 a month. This is why we do the budgets. This is why we're working towards financial independence. I find it very funny that the intent of the policy added means of increasing financial independence. Like the wording in the policy has been changing all year. I tend to read back something in the policy directive Ontario Disability Support Program, and I know it's changing. Like you're not going to get a notice that the policy changed on ODSP if you're receiving it. They'll just change the policy and expect you to know they made a change in the policy. Some things they send out a memo that they change the policy. So like when they change the income threshold from 200 to 1,000, they made a statement. When they changed the policy to index ODSP with inflation, so they index it to inflation and then it increases or stays exactly the same in July when they look at a certain measure of inflation index, but it's not the same index of the Bank of Canada. It's a different index of inflation. The policy presentation, he talks about it. He's really good at remembering what part of the policy has changed or what part of the policy is changing from what information. I don't need to remember that. I have other things to remember. You saw me go through it the whole hour of all the things I have to remember. It's a lot. And right now I'm doing it on empty stomach, so imagine how I feel right now. And then I made sure that I know how much money. So like I opened another savings account called my Exit ODSP fund or my FU fund. Then we opened a non-taxable registered investment account. And the reason being is I need a financial buffer of leaving government assistance and a way to not return to it. And the best way I could think about it was to have one cash liquid savings account and then have cash liquid savings account and investments. The way that I see my registered disability savings plan increase and go down with the stock market, I need that with a non-taxable account that doesn't have the restrictions of the registered investment accounts from the government of Canada, like registered disability savings plan has those the 10-year rule, the 59 rule, the age 60 rule, the withdrawal rate rule. Tax-free savings account has not major rules in it, just carry forward of the contribution rooms, when to contribute, not to over contribute because you pay 1% on your over contributes. Registered disability savings plan, no, registered retirement savings plan turns into a RIF, taxable income, keep it there till you're 71. All those registered accounts, they all have rules made by the federal government. The federal government rule on your taxable investment account, as far as I know right now, is it's taxable at a rate of 50%. But there's also, I heard, I need to talk to the accountant and the financial planner, but there's like the way that, and then my tax return. So like I'm eligible for the disability tax credit. That lowers my taxable income by like $8,000 a year. Then if I contribute to the first home savings plan or the registered retirement savings plan, money in there lowers my tax bracket. Then if I donate to charities, lowers my tax bracket. Medical expenses, business expenses. There's a whole bunch of stuff in the tax code that I will learn when I go to college for accounting. And I will learn it when I hire an accountant that will be able to do my tax return in the way I need my tax return done, but also understand that my taxes are a direct reflection of living with a disability, that I have to remember all of these things. And they have to remember if what I'm doing is legal with the federal government, then I have to remember what the hell to do with the Ontario government, because one bookkeeper I talk with, he makes 2 profit and loss statements. I don't want two profit and loss statements. It's up to the caseworker in the disability office to determine what of my expenses are allowable expenses based on the intent of the policy of Ontario Disability Support Program, Section 5.4, self-employment, small business. The accountant needs to make sure that I'm following the policy government tax code for the federal government so that I'm compliant with the taxes as being an individual in my country that has to file taxes. Yeah, this is what we're doing for the December 2024 and beyond. Of I have a lot of things to do. Work, make sure all my money goes into the right accounts, pay off some credit card debt. Yes, I don't want to have the credit card debt, but having the credit cards do help me with certain expenses that are not covered by health insurance. They're not covered by Ontario Disability Support Program. Being self-employed, when I file my taxes, there is no low income tax clinic that helps people that are self-employed. I don't know why. They encourage self-employment. They encourage people that are with a disability to pursue self-employment, but there is no low-income tax clinic for people that are self-employed. It wasn't there in my college. When I was at my college and I looked up the information for the tax clinic, it was tax time. And then the community center near me, they have a tax clinic. It automatically says right away, gig income, like gig economy income from like Uber, Instacart, all those things. And if you're running a small business, they don't do your tax return. A lot of people are supplementing their income with self-employment because there's flexibility in doing it. Like if I was working a job, my income is instantly reduced in Ontario Disability Support Program because of how employment income is taxed naturally. This is why a lot of people gravitate over to being self-employed, because the income minus expenses, then your net income is taxable income. You have like a buffer before you worry about taxable income and paying taxes and contributing to your retirement, your CPP, and all those things before. Like you have the opportunity to making your money first, then disperse it to the places you need to disperse it, then add up all your financial records, your accounting records to see exactly where you land. When you work a job, it's faster. Like it's super faster. And I'm so hungry, my belly. That is funny. Oh yeah, I did not have breakfast. That would be a thing. Oh, right. That would be a thing. But yeah, okay. So quickly over December, because we'll do this real quick. So November, my personal budget has 5 categories: housing, lifestyle, transportation, savings, investments, debt repayment. I spent $2,043 in November. You have a rough idea where all it went. I did not invest in my accounts in November, but I did put some money in my emergency fund in November. Then lifestyle, I spent $107.28 on gifts spending, $128.82 on restaurants, bar, and entertainment, $76.35 went to the barbershop, and I bought a bunch of lotion because it was on sale for dry skin and eczema, all those things. Fantastic. I spent $121.80 on groceries, and then my housing costs was $1,244.01. Great. Housing cost is covered out of my disability check, so I don't really have to worry about it that much. And then when I get my disability check after that, I pay the internet and a cell phone. The internet and cell phone is actually a business expense. I record it in my accounting software, and then I let disability figure it out when they review it. Then my credit cards. So I bought a calendar for 2024 from calendars.com. I think that's in the budget. But then it made my credit card go over the limit. So then in December, moving really quickly, December, we paid the credit card minimum, which was $67 but I also added $25 on top of that. So it'd be $92.07 on the credit card to bring the credit card below the limit. Then my Simply credit card, I have to keep calling customer service so they can verify my identity so I can use my credit card, which was weird. I got the credit card, I activated the credit card, I bought my computer, and then I'm dealing with customer service that says they're supposed to send me this ID verification to go through Canada Post to verify my ID that I actually am the owner of the credit card, which they should have sent it to me when I opened the account at Simply Financial. I don't know how they're doing that. Well, I'm not worried about it. I'm like, I still get my credit card bill. I'm paying the credit card bill. We'll pay it down. For the month of December, we're hoping webcam earnings will be enough to pay for all the expenses in December and part of January. Right now for webcam, I made $251.65. That should come in on the 15th of the month, which estimates to be about 360 Canadian dollars. And then we'll figure it out because webcam income is my small business income, my self-employment income. So there's going to be financial service fees. There's going to be, after financial service fees, that's a business expense. Then the e-wallet will send that money into my bank account, and then it goes into the personal budget over at every dollar after, and then we live on it. What I also did this also in the Ko-Fi store that I have to add in the Ko-Fi store is how I planned out my schedule for webcam. I'm trying to work 4 live streaming websites and try to figure out a 40, actually no, I'll put 30 hour. Oh, I thought it was 40 hours a week. Huh. Oh, that makes it. One of the websites says if I want to earn their top performer award, I need to broadcast 500 hours in the previous year or the current year. I forgot what it was. Or earn $50,000. Which was, I made a spreadsheet tracking, I made a tracker to track that, which was this one. Yeah, I've been trying to make other trackers to keep myself motivated, and here's what we determined. So we determined I need to track if I'm hitting my goal of earning enough income from self-employment that exceeds the estimated income for minimum wage, and then if it's living wage, or just a way I estimate how much money I need to make from webcam sites. Like StreamRay, I try to estimate to make $32,000 in business revenue, and then StreamMate, I try to estimate $35,000. I'm Live minimum, I try to estimate $35,000, but because they have a criteria for the Diamond Host award, label, recognition, title, I don't know what it is. It's $50,000. It's going to track the 35 and the 50. Then Flirt for Free has their own goal tracker that I've estimated, because it's so basically the 32, the 35, and the 31, they're based on the percentages the webcam sites pay me. Because Cam says every dollar I earn, I'm paid 32% commission off of every dollar I earn on the website. StreamMate's 35. I'm Live is maximum 35. To get to 35, you have to earn the Diamond Host title. So that's either you've earned $50,000 in the previous year, or you earned a Hall of Fame in the 2-week period of the 1st and the 15th, or the 16th to end of the month. On Flirt for Free, they have a whole list of awards and badges and recognition I can earn in the company, which is a matter of just broadcasting 20 to 50 hours of pay period on the website. There are a 14-day pay period. So this is how I keep track of my work, my budgets, and my investments. And eventually, we hope to reach financial independence, retire at 55, maybe. We'll see. Oh, I closed the budgets are sexy spreadsheet. But yeah, that's just how I do it. Like, I know I went long. I know there's a lot of things I talked about. I re-recorded this 12 times. And there's no way I can make this shorter. I tried. I totally tried. So if you made it through this video this long, fantastic. Give me a green heart emoji if you made it to this point in the video in the comments. I need to upload things in the Ko-Fi shop because you can, like, every time you buy one of my spreadsheets, it supports the channel. It supports the channel that I have internet access to continue uploading content, and it keeps me motivated on my goal to escape poverty, because the government, their policy is definitely not doing the things I need to do to survive. Because business. Okay, so here's the thing. I follow profit first. At least I try to follow profit first. Profit first is the book Mike McAllowitz. It's a cash flow management system for people that are self-employed, where you have 5 bank accounts to start with. One of them is your revenue account, where all your business revenue goes into the account. For me, that is the e-wallet. That holds the American money, and then it transfers it to my bank accounts to make it Canadian money. And then from there, I need to put money into profit. Profit is basically where I give myself a company bonus. Like, when your employer will give you a bonus, I'm the employer, so I have to give myself the bonus. So that's where that comes in. Then we do the business savings account, which is the retained earnings. Then I have taxable investment accounts. So the way I set it up was, if I want to give myself company stocks and I'm self-employed, a sole proprietor, basically my company stocks is non-taxable investments, because I didn't want to go through the route of becoming a corporation to open a corporate investment profile with the broker accounts. It was just easier to open a personal account, non-taxable registered investments, because my income taxes, I'm not a corporation, so then my income taxes, I file out my business income under Form T2125, business professionals and activities, business activities and professionals. It's part of my T1 general tax return, and it's just easier for me to understand, because if I became a corporation, I'm filing 2 tax returns. I'm filing my T1 general, and then I'm filing a T2 corporation tax return. I don't want to file more paperwork. I already file a lot of paperwork. Like, I have to file the federal government, Canada Revenue Agency, all my business revenue and activities, and then the T5 something from Ontario Disability Support Program. Then I have to send my business activities, my profit and loss statements, to the disability office. It's a lot of paperwork and a lot of bookkeeping. And why I'm like, let me become an accountant maybe, or a certified bookkeeper, because a lot of other people that are on disability, that are self-employed, that are in Ontario, Canada, they're probably not doing the paperwork as they should, so that they can have a direction of financial independence. Yeah. So then in the profit, there's owner's pay. That is where I pay me a salary out of the business, and then out of the gross salary out of my business, I contribute to registered disability savings plan, tax-free savings account, first home savings account, registered retirement savings account, and then I decided to add in 2 more non-registered accounts because I felt it necessary. I totally did, because I'm running away from poverty. I'm escaping poverty to financial peace and independence. It's going to take an army of dollars working for me to not end up in low income poverty when I turn 65. It's going to take all of my efforts, all of my energy, all the spoons to do it. And eventually we want the government, Ontario Disability Support Program, to tell me, you excess your assets. You've reached over $140,000 in assets. I want to have them send me that letter to tell me that I have too much money. Yeah. Then we have a taxable account where I put money in a savings account for taxes, CPP contributions, HST, GST, sales tax holdings, because I have to hold that and then remit it to the government. But because of my business being zero rated, because the customers are not my customers, the customers are the webcam site's customers, I'm paid to provide the service and entertainment to the customers. It's a whole legal thing that an accountant needs to worry about. And when I defend it to the CRA, I need to worry about. But it's not really something I need to tell you that you need to think about. Because let's face it, I've been talking for almost 90 minutes. It's a lot of information you're going through right now. Then I determine which of my bank accounts will pay my income taxes, and which will pay my income tax filing. Because like I said, there is no income tax clinic that helps people that are self-employed, low income. I have to do that by myself. Then I figured out how to get legal shield and ID protection for part of my own company's benefits package. So like how you'll hear Dave Ramsey talk about that he has ID protection to all his employees from Xander Insurance. I had to dig around what options I had in Canada. I found some. I need a budget for them. Plus, TransUnion and Equifax also has an ID protection service included when you go check your credit score and your credit report from TransUnion. I may buy it directly from them. And then my tenant insurance includes ID fraud protection for $2,000. So I may increase my emergency fund to cover that. Because I need, there's a deductible in the insurance, $1,000. And then the whole Dave Ramsey $1,000 emergency fund is not going to cover everything that I need to cover. Like, I don't have the same type of job if I had an employer. I'm the employer, so I have to do everything twice. Being disabled, I'm doing everything twice. I do everything like an able-bodied person, then I have to do everything I need for my disability. So then there's operating expenses. There's a specific debit card for the operating expenses in the business, and there's also a credit card for the business. Then health and dental, fitness, disability insurance, that is to cover out of the business. Then a business decision was cosmetic surgery. That is specific savings account. I wasn't sure to put that savings account in my personal budget or the business budget. Cash in the business, that is a savings account just for cash in the business that will do something for the business. And it's also honestly probably cash in the business to handle legal fees, accountant, intellectual property. I have to register my intellectual property for the business, because being a webcam performer, you have a lot of intellectual property as a webcam performer. Even as a content creator, you have a lot of intellectual property. So I need to put money into the savings account for legal and filing fees to register my intellectual property, because I actually found the company I was working for before they registered my performer as a trademark, and then it expired, so I have to go back and pay for it to keep my brand and my business protected. But I'm not exactly sure how much of it I want to protect. This is why I'm going to talk to a lawyer to figure out exactly what part of my business is worth legally protecting from other people, from doing the stuff of copying my work and all those things. And it's exhausting. Then I found this group travel company that does wonderful travel trips. I decided it would be one of my company benefits where we could company travel. I can travel because I want to travel. I mean, the government is trying to tell me that they want to know if I left the province for more than 30 days. I want to travel maybe twice a year. Somewhere nice and wonderful that I don't have to worry about all this stuff, because it is stressful. Did I say that before? I did. Okay, so that's it. I went through personal. I went through business. I went through living with a disability. What does that entail? I went through all the updates I learned in November. And I went through goals in December. I so did. I sure did. Where's my little checklist of everything that we need to talk about in this video? Yeah, goals in December 2023. The budget in 2023. The budget in 2023 is very simple. I have 5 major budget categories: housing, lifestyle, transportation, savings, debt repayment. That's it. Don't have to worry about. If you December, you'll see what I spent in December. So this was all recap November. Oh yeah, December. And I wanted to do it before December was over. It's the 7th of the month. And then I was working webcam. Me trying to make $251 from webcam took a lot of effort. It did. We're in a slow season of webcam for some people. I'm trying not to absorb their negative energy that are not making money and trying to focus on my stuff. And this is the stuff I have to focus on. This is it. This is me focusing on what I need to do to keep my financial house. This is what I need to do to keep my financial house in order. I know it's a long video, but either I go live and do this or I press record and do this. And no matter which way, this is it. This is literally what it is for me to reach financial independence. I have a lot of things to keep track of. I have a lot of money to put in accounts. And I have to deal with the government. Like, I literally have to call the caseworker every month, report my income, report my assets, see if I'm eligible. Then, if I'm not eligible, how do I pay for it? I can't call mommy and daddy all the time. They don't want to give me money. I'm 38. They don't want to give me more money. I gotta do this by myself. So this is what we got. I love you people. Thank you for supporting the channel. Yes, you can buy me a coffee. I probably don't need coffee, but support the channel. I'll probably buy tea, no caffeine in it, because I don't need caffeine. Have you see me go through 90 minutes on an empty stomach? I don't need caffeine. I need food. That. So okay. So buy me a coffee will also help me buy groceries and internet. So groceries, internet, just like if you're supporting the channel, you want to know where the money is going in the channel. It's literally supplementing all of the things disability does not cover. Because yeah, maybe next time I go into the policy, how the policy directive expects family, individuals, and community to help people with a disability supplement disability. It's a thing. It's in the Ontario Disability Act 1997. You can look that up. It's like a wonderful legal lawyer document that you can go read if you want to fall asleep. It's yeah. But I'll see you in the next one. Smooches. Right. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications. You know when I upload a video. And I'll see you end of the month. Like, you got updates, you got medical check-in, you got everything going on. I don't need to see you till the end of the month. Okay, we're good. Bye.